The National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders (NAGAFF) 100% compliance team has insisted that about 178 million allegedly collected from freight forwarders through disputed charges at bonded terminals in Lagos must be refunded. The national coordinator of the team, Alhaji Ibrahim Tanko, stated this in an exclusive interview with NAGAFF Cargo Watch on Wednesday at his office in Lagos. Tanko said the team was compelled to investigate the alleged collections after discovering tickets reportedly being issued in the name of the Association of Nigeria Licensed Customs Agents (ANCLA) without the knowledge or approval of the association. He said consultations with NAGAFF leadership and ANCLA officials confirmed that the association denied authorizing the collections.
We, the 100% compliance team of NAGAFF, we are duly registered as an association, and for now, presently, NAGAFF has the highest member of freight forwarders. I believe if there is anything to do with collection of tools, NAGAFF could have been the first people to be notified. And if NAGAFF is not aware of any collection of toll, I take it to be illegal. There are what we call due process in anything you want to do. Even though somebody want to collect tools, I think there should be due process. And meeting NAGAFF is part of the due process. Then there is a government regulatory body. Example, Shippers Council, MPA, CRFPEN. Those are the government regulator. I know any legal backing from this regulator. Then how comes that somebody somewhere will just come and start issuing ticket with the name written there, ANCLA? Do the body of ANCLA, from the president down, they deny that. And that is what make me write that letter. Before I write that letter, I make my consultation. I have made my consultation just the way I put it in the letter. I met with the founder of NAGAFF, I met with the president, I met with the board. And the president of NAGAFF has communicated with the president of ANCLA. Myself, I communicated with the vice president of ANCLA. I communicated with the secretary, general secretary of ANCLA. They all deny this. Even when somebody called me that one of my representatives in Tinka, the chairman in Tinka, is fully aware, he denied that. He has nothing to do with that. And truly, in the ticket we saw, it's only ANCLA name is there. Now, if it's going to be, has been collective collection of tool, it cannot be ANCLA by name. So meaning at it is here now, it's ANCLA who is collecting this money. Or some people claiming to be ANCLA, those are the people that are collecting this money. And that is why I write that letter. And why I come up with 178 million naira. If you look at the bunch of the ticket, they have already sold almost, what we gather, almost 15 pieces, the one that we get. We multiply the ticket and multiply the container by the manifest in that bonded, in that two terminal. It will even get ×2 of that money. That's the ticket. That's the booklet of the ticket. tiered, already being used. And that is what we use to calculate to get that figure. And I mean what I said. Every word in that letter, I mean it. That money must be refunded to the those that that money has been collected to. They must return that money because it's an illegal something. Because I asked question, some of the shipping company, some of the terminal like SIFAX, they have responded to me back by written. They say they don't know anything about that. They deny that. So it's left to the police now, the EFCC now, to go into details and know what happened, because the terminal has denied and the money has been collected in the same terminal. I'm going to write back to them with the evidence in my hand, because that money, that ticket has been sold in that their terminal. How can you allow somebody to come to your own terminal and start selling ticket you don't know? I disagree with that, because that ticket has been, even in the ticket is boldly written SIFAX Okota. It's written there. So how will somebody come to your house and be selling ticket and you say you don't know? Can that be possible? The answer is no.
The NAGAFF official warned that charges imposed on freight forwarders must follow due process and receive the necessary regulatory backing. Tanko further stressed the need for relevant regulatory bodies, including the Nigerian Port Authority, NPA, the Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, and other agencies, to exercise their oversight responsibilities and ensure that freight forwarders are not subjected to unauthorized charges. He also called on freight forwarders to remain vigilant and challenge questionable charges through the appropriate channels, stressing that all parties operating within the port environment have a responsibility to comply with established regulations.
Shippers Council, they are regulators. NPA, they are regulators. CRF, they are regulators. How those, you can't do anything without them. That is why you see anytime we are doing things, we write to them. Shippers Council, they are to regulate the shipping line. NPA, they are to regulate the terminals. CRF, they are to regulate the freight forwarders. So in the chain, look at how the work, you understand, we work hand in hand with each other. So I believe any other person who wants to go into such thing must consult those people. Are you aware that for you to even increase your fee as a terminal operator or as a shipping line, you must to go to Shippers Council. Then Shippers Council must give you an approval. Before the Shippers Council will give you approval, they will write to the presidency. Then presidency will deliberate on it before they can get back to the Shippers Council. Shippers Council will not give them approval. That is how it works. Not individual will just wake up in the morning and go to the terminal and start collecting tolls. Lagos State, there is a law that deny anybody to go in and collect public tolls from anybody. That's a law regarding to that for Lagos State, and we are all in Lagos State. If you go to the other line, the other way around, you can't just go in the market and start collecting money without that passing that law of Lagos State. So both sides, they failed, and I asked if they have any evidence or any authorization from anybody, they should give it to me. Where they have none. The way you see this matter is going, I'm preparing to, let me be honest with you, I'm preparing to go to court with this case.
On the controversy over electronic truck call-up auto bookings, Tanko backed concerns raised by the Association of Maritime Truck Owners, AMATO, over the cancellation of paid bookings when delays occur beyond truck owners' control. He blamed terminal congestion and inadequate operational capacity for some of the delays, alleging that trucks can spend days waiting because of limited equipment and operational bottlenecks. Alhaji Tanko, who is also a board member of NAGAFF, said freight forwarders should not be forced to pay again to revalidate an ETO when the delay was caused by the terminal.
Amato, we are the one that complain to Amato because Amato are like sisters association with us. We are their employees. We employ them. So when they were complaining, we are complaining. We are complaining, they are complaining. So we need to come to a round table to understand what is really the issue. Now, giving you an example, I will give them TDO to go and load my cargo. Before I give them the TDO to go and load my cargo, I need to pass through ETO to get the call-up. Before, it's not like that. Recently, the thing started saying that the call-up expired. That is what the truck driver are saying to us. That means there's a limit of time. And you know, if I give you, there will be queue for you to go into the port because of the congestion made by men. Because that congestion is not a natural congestion. It's just creation by man. When they are to go there in 24 hours to go and load my containers, within 24 hours, they take 48 hours or more than that. And they will tell them that the TDO, what do they call it, call-up has expired. They will now ask me to pay the money. I will say no, I won't pay the money. And that is where the transfer of the pain go to them. And that is why they started saying no to that. Before we pay, well, I would say we are not going to pay that money again. Then another one again, some of the terminal, after you give them the TDO, they manage to enter the terminal. They will find out that it's only one single forklift working in the terminal. And you have more than 200 to 300 trucks or 500 trucks to load or to upload or to position one forklift. The same one forklift will do positioning, the same one forklift will do loading, the same one forklift will do stacking, the same one forklift will do another loading. Now it will take a longer time for your turn to reach. Some people are reaching 3 days. Now, when the TDO expired and you are already getting your turn, they will ask you to go back and revalidate your TDO, revalidate your ETO again. Whose pause? The terminal, because as far as you issue me TDO, meaning I have done, I'm ready, and as far as the truck has getting to that terminal, you're supposed to load him, or you cannot ask that truck to go back. And you don't need to ask me to go and revalidate that TDO, because the delay comes from you. I will have sent another letter to them too regarding to that. We are not going to do that again. We are not going to make any payment of that again. Then you, Amato, go and fight that yourself. We are going to fight revalidation of TDO. You now go and fight revalidation of ETO. That is how we share the issues. And we are good to go. And TICT, who are fond of doing that, we have given them a letter as a warning. APMT terminal, we have sent them a letter as of warning. Though APMT terminal are a little bit better than TICT. So I think, I believe the response I've been hearing from yesterday today is a good response regarding to that issue of TICT. So we are good to go.
The compliance team was also urged freight forwarders to patronize registered transport companies with sufficient capacity, revealing that NAGAFF was considering a system to register transport operators and establish their operational capacity. Tanko maintained that NAGAFF would continue to defend freight forwarders against what it considers unauthorized charges, while pursuing appropriate channels to resolve the bonded terminal fee controversy and ETO-related challenges.
You see, sometimes everybody was saying the way he pennies, we will be saying our own, they will be saying their own. If service has not been rendered and you expect me to pay, I will not pay. Is it because I give you TDO? I asked you to go and load my container. You are taking me, instead of me my TDO will expire in the next 2 days. And you are now telling me in the next 5 days you are going to load my container. So who is to pay the remaining 3 days? Myself? It's not. I only rather collect my TDO from you and give it to the best person that I know that he can load it. See, this business of a thing, this our shipping business is a mafia business. The way how fast you are, how fast you can get another work to do. If you don't have capacity to load containers, I will give you those that have the capacity to load it. You see, some people are just been calling transport. They don't have even single truck. You give them truck, they will be running around to be looking for those that have trucks. And that is why we are campaigning, we are telling our members to make sure that you went to a registered transport company, duly registered. In fact, let me tell you, what we are trying to initiate now is a full duly registered company should register with NAGAFF for us to avoid all these issues, so that we can be able to be trashing this problem within ourselves. So that is the idea we are bringing now, because transporters are freight forwarders too. So let them be registering with freight forwarder, with NAGAFF, so that we can be able to be trashing this issue within ourselves. We know you, we know your company, you understand? The other person who has the TDO, we will only tell him, go to social person, is our member, give him the TDO, we will load the container. We know he has capacity of 10 trucks, he has capacity of 100 trucks, so it depends on the person, the company. Not somebody who has one truck be collecting 10 TDO. Where do you get the remaining trucks? He will be looking for outsiders, because he has a friend and he don't know whether the friend has make use of the trucks. But the small gain they think they get, they want to get, they will punish you by collecting your TDO. If at all they agreed with the concept we bring now, all these registered one should come and register with NAGAFF, which we have started it, and they have been registering now with us now. They are our members. We know your capacity. Then we will tell our members, go and give your TDO to so company. Very simple. I say. In fact, there is this Lebanese. They have a company. 2 of them I knew. They register with us, and they have the capacity. GMT, that they have a shipping, they have terminal, they are into transport too. If you know that company, GMT, they register. If they are only, the transport is only mainly for their own terminal, but the terminal, they are not the owner of the cargo. I don't know that you understand. They only own the terminal, but they don't own the boxes. So if you said you have a truck, if I came, I say I don't want to make use of a truck, it's not by fault. What if me as a freight forwarder or a clearing agent, I have my own truck, and you are not willing to enforce me to use your truck? I will not. So I told them to go and register with NAGAFF.
NAGAFF Cargo Watch will continue to follow development on the alleged 178 million naira collections and the dispute over retool revalidation charges. Rahane to Abu reporting for NAGAFF Cargo Watch.